All right, and we're bringing you back with a champion pre-made, and we're bringing you We Get Wiped versus Plastic, and we're already off to a hot start as we're seeing Joe M. Shire here push for Dynamos, quickly using what is in his back pocket, but it's Sunburn here who might have the answer, but now we're seeing 2 down for, I believe, We Get Wiped, and I gotta say Plastic is off to a little bit of a hot start, but it's Gravy who has the camo.
And Gravy does, and that's gonna be the work that they really need to do over here. Is absolutely flies with that flag all the way out, but ends up getting taken down. Maybe getting a little bit too ahead of himself right there as the return coming through, and that flag actually coming right out of the other side. Sunburn trying to do something about it, finds the kill, looking to get that return, but not able to do it. Lynx going big with it, has some assist as well, but gets taken down by the nade, and Deceased finds one. They're all dead, and the flag should be returned. And here they go the other way. So much action to start us off.
A whirlpool of just bodies dropping and damage being put out, and right now as we see Plastic's flag out on the map, we're going to see Mitsuri here try to play his life here with the thrust in his back pockets, but the enemy team, it is going to come in and get a counter cap, denying that flag cap early on in this game.
Yeah, and just trading out kills and almost getting the return, which would ensure their cap. Just need a couple more kills to be able to do it as they're sitting on the and now we'll see if Lynx can do anything about it. That's 2 kills going through. That flag does get returned though, but that's 3 dead. It's all down to Sunburn. See if he can get this flag, and he has it in his hands and he's able to do it, but the job is not finished yet. Still, the players from Plastic swarming the base at the moment as they grab the flag, but not able to do anything with it. A great sequence from We Get Wiped.
And a double kill and a camo grab here from Adjacency. And now as we see We Get Wiped's flag running across this map, I kind of like how we don't have camo running this flag. We see camo playing almost to the damage putter, and now we see this killing spree for a triple kill come out and almost opening up this lane for them to tie this game up 1-1 early on this.
You know, I mean, it's just nonstop action. Both teams really having a little bit of a chess match for the most part, that nobody really has an advantage quite yet. Obviously, the score is tied up at the moment, but you just see Adjacency. Look at that, 11-6, and you look at it, for the most part, the Slay is going the way of Plastic, but not able to do too much with it.
Definitely not able. The kills just coming through though. I mean, Rattlecan and the team of Plastic here really, doing the damage, but it's a double kill here from Adjacency. The heat wave in hand, I absolutely love this weapon, and it just shreds shields and it allows you to just pave your way through the map. But as that flag gets pulled, Adjacency does get taken down.
Yeah, you love all the weapons, don't you?
I really do love the sandbox.
I mean, it's great.
Anything that's not the BR, I appreciate. But I also love the BR.
We love every gun. We love Halo. That's why we're here, But the flag now coming through, a couple kills coming through, and they're not able to do too much with the flag as that return should come through for We Get Wiped. We'll see it go through as that camo is coming up, and that is going to be a big fight as we are tied 1-1. Whoever gets this camo kind of is a little bit of a power play, if you will, on the next flag cap. We'll see if they can. That's 2 kills going through and the camo for Plastic. We'll see if they can convert.
Camo going to the hands of Joe, which kind of looks like he might be our mouse and keyboard player on this team, the way he switches and flicks around the screen, and he's going to use this camo here to grab the flag, but almost baiting it. And we see her Adjacency, 2 dynamos in their back pocket, and the nade damage coming through. A melee missed, and it's just a graveyard here in blue court.
Graveyard indeed, and that is not gonna be good for We Get Wiped. The flag so close, as that's not a worse nade I've ever seen, but the cap goes through. But once again, we're talking about a counter cap opportunity, and just throws the flag out of the base. quick start to this run and somehow stays alive. Mitsuri really putting on the moves. Finding a kill, still has more work to do as his position has been found, but finds the kill somehow. I don't believe what he's pulling off over here, and finally gets taken down. But I gotta say, he may have overstayed his welcome and really did a good job there.
Definitely overstayed his welcome, and I mean, as he did his little dancey dance, you stay a little too long and you meet two enemy players, and now it's Gravy who gets taken down, but at the same time, 3 players from We Get Wiped are in the respawn screen. And when We Get Wiped started this game off really strong, you almost were worried, but Plastic here, continuing to play strong and play together, are going in for their third third cap of the game, and really showing that they're playing this aggressive play style, and it's starting to really benefit them.
It is, and now they're coming out, and it's just, it wasn't a great start for them at the beginning of this map, as we just hit a little fumble. Look at them. The flag's still going through, but they've really started to find their footing, yeah, and actually it's Deceased finding his way, pulling the flag out, and making it a couple of problems to Sunburnt now. Hitting it from the back, as it looks like that return going to come through with the camo. Not able to win the fight, and the flag doesn't get returned. What a disaster. That could have been the game tied up right there, as Missouri comes away with the flag. We have the stalemate, but this puts the pressure on to We Get Wiped. They have to get this flag out and get this return if they want to tie this game up.
Unlike what we saw earlier, this stalemate here is something that's kind of crucial. You definitely want to win this stalemate. It's not going to really count against your gameplay, but it's definitely going to waste a little bit of time. So we're definitely going to see now Plastic push together as a team, and 2 Dynamos in their back pocket as they push in with a thruster. And as Joe takes down Sunburnt, you see Mitsuri also on the respawn screen. The 2 Dynamos going out into play here as Gravy tries to play his life, and you just see Joe here dancing around the flag, and it's possible that he's going to get this return here as they capture their 3rd flag, return for their 4th flag run.
Oh, and they have the spawn trap going through as well. That flag's all the way out. That really should be another cap unless something drastic happens. The kill's just going through. A beautiful play from them. 2 dead on each side. The flag not fully in as Joe gonna look to punch it in, and should be able to do that. And what's so insane about that is a 2-2 game. What could have been a 2-2 game is now turned into a 4-1 game, all from one gunfight.
And it's a little disorienting. This game, I mean, we're halfway through it and we're almost done with it. This game is almost got flashed before our eyes here, and now it's Joe again with the camo and again with the slays that are coming down. The commando in hand, something that, I mean, he seems very comfortable with. The aim is definitely on point with this commando, and with the thrusters in his back pocket, he's going to try to capture this flag again, possibly winning this game early on for his team.
Yeah, and not able to get the flag too far out as he is seen, but I mean, the kill's still getting traded, and the flag actually now over towards the yellow court side. Plastic getting it towards their side, and they might be able to punch this one home. And none of the players from We Get Wiped anywhere really close to be able to stop this, and all it's going to really take is these team shots through. It's their only real chance as they look to move forward, but unfortunately, nothing can be done about it. And in the blink of an eye, Empyrean Slayer, more than anything really, it's kind of a similar story, right? So it really just depends on what team can get it going early. And last time it was We Get Wiped, but this time it looks to be Plastic getting themselves up to a 2-0 start, as they did grab rockets, but the overshield goes the other way. But just not the best start, not really able to do too much with what they had, as it's a clean 4 dead to start.
Definitely a rock solid start here for Plastic, and you can almost feel like the momentum is going to continue over here, you know, like you said earlier. And when you come from such a strongly won last game, I really do feel like we're going to see them push more for that mid-map control and even those spawn traps here.
Yeah, and they're looking to do just that. You know, they got the snipes out. They're ready to make something happen. And we get wiped. They haven't really lost the map control too much yet. They are really boxed in, but a couple of kills can get them out. But they're not really stuck in their own base, and that's a good thing. Is the kills now going their way? Big from them to really get it going and really get themselves to the game. People miss sniper shots. You got to hit one of these, brother. Lynx not able to convert really on what was happening right there, what was offered, and we get wiped off the back of those shots. The players that he was unable to kill are the ones that just rush him and end up getting the kill and another sniper.
Yeah, the sniper switching hands is definitely a bad news for your team. And Plastic right now, seeing the respawn screen is not something they want to see as we get wiped. Take this game to almost twice the points we have on board for Plastic.
Yeah, and this is what Empyrean can really turn into sometimes. Really not the best spawn trap for yourself as you have these snipers in such long angles that are so difficult to fight. As he finds one, finds a second. Gravy hitting a couple of beautiful shots. A Sunburnt gets Rattlecan, who ended up sneaking out, and Mitsuri just the kills going their way. This is the spawn trap. This is Empyrean, and this is what they needed.
The double snipers is most exciting. I love seeing snipers toe-to-toe and coming to battle and just watching a team try to avoid the other sniper. And right now as a double kill, killing spree, and a trade. Oh my gosh, not a trade. The rockets going into the hands of Plastic. The 1v2 won by Joe here. The most, I mean, I've got to say the most reward ever earned here is those rockets, but not really coming into play here because we do run into that overshield player, but just damaging that overshield player a little bit really helps your team out.
Yeah, doing enough to make sure that the overshield doesn't have any further impact on the rest of the game, but they're finally able to break out of it, Plastic. They're able to do it, but not before they're in quite the hole, and you see we get wiped. They're looking to put them right back into it as adjacency now goes down, and Lynx Rattlecan fresh off the spawn, but it's we get wiped, starting to set up their positions for this spawn trap, but not able to get kills to ensure its success.
We get wiped, definitely feeling the heat and the momentum and the nades and the lucky shots coming into play here. And I just have to give both of these teams credit. The sniper plays coming from both sides are very strong. You can tell everyone's a little bit comfortable with this sniper rifle, and on this map that's something you want. Everyone needs to be a little comfortable with that sniper. And one thing about Empyrean 2 is all the equipment really comes up at perfect times. Once rockets and overshield are up, a lot of the time those snipers are up. So once those really deadly power-ups and power weapons come into play, you have the snipers to worry about. So you're constantly in a state of panic.
Yeah, and it looks like Plastic looking to turn the tables, put the Uno reverse card in as Lynx now on a 6 spree. Started off 1 and 4 and doing the work, getting that up to 7, doing a great job. The spawn trap now through and playing his life so well as this lead is now cut down to 6 and finally gets taken out. A couple of kills going their way. 3 kills, that's a double for Gravy. Not quite sure how he's pulled that one off, but a very important one. Stabilize it and still have a 9-kill lead. So the lead was chipped away at a little bit, but they do a great job at maintaining.
A great job, and definitely setting yourself up to get these rockets and overshield that are coming up in just a few short seconds. But we get wiped, really leaving themselves in a tight position as to see the respawn screen. Rockets falling into the hand of adjacency, and now we see Rattlecan just trying to push for this OV repulsor side. Who has the overshield? Who has this power up? But adjacency is sniffing them out, definitely looking for that overshield player with these rockets.
Well, one thing with Plastic as well is they've been grabbing these rockets pretty well for the most part. They've been doing a good job at collecting, and they just haven't really been able to turn it into anything as Gravy finds a nice little nade kill to break this exchange open, I should say. Not really doing all too much to press the pace after that, trying to not run into those rockets as it ended up just happening. Adjacency putting them to good use this time, and the lead slowly but surely is decreasing.
The lead is definitely slowly decreasing, and you're seeing a lot of teamwork coming from Plastic. The 2v1s definitely winning them a little bit of gunfights here. Able to tie this game up for them would be crucial. Keeping themselves in the game here, keeping the momentum from the last game will definitely transfer into the next, but it's 37-33 in the favor of We Get Wiped, and choosing the respawn screen with that little bit of a lead is a little bit more comfortable for them. But as they slowly creep in, Plastic is going to play a little bit more aggressively.
Yeah, and Missouri finding a huge kill. It's going to allow them to at least get up on that long haul side of the map, at least break out a little bit. Sunburn grabbing a kill, some nice shots. Missouri really putting it to use. His Gravy's able to clean up the kill, but at the moment it's just even trades, and finally one team takes a little bit of an advantage in this exchange. Missouri really stuck with this sniper at the moment, trying to just play his life, bob, weave, but ends up finally getting taken down. Not before taking one down, but still now the lead is only 1 kill. Make it a tie game and a lead switch. Plastic closing this game out strong.
Plastic definitely trying to gain that lead back for them, but it's the trades coming into play that are keeping this game tied. But we're seeing now Rattlecan with 1 bullet in this sniper, and you know, definitely picking up this overshield with the 1 bullet left, hoping to make something of this bullet. Can he does, he gets a snipe from the last bullet, but it seems like he was able to pick up some extra ammo from the ground. And with this overshield coming into play, the sniper coming into play, you see We Get Wiped almost falling back a little scared of this player.
They are. It's just maybe not even just being scared. I think they just know the danger. And you see a couple of shimmies. It's beautiful. Wastes that last shot. Not able to find the kill quite yet, but you know, not a lot of room for error at the moment. It really is a tight game. No mistakes can really be made as the mistakes came through. Plastic looking to ice this one up.
Definitely looking to ice it up, and as we inch closer and closer to this victory, who's going to take it? Who's going to be able to come in clutch for these last kills on their team? And it falls into the hands of Plastic once again, and Plastic
not once, but twice.
Absolutely.
Go into another map, map 3.
Now we're seeing Streets coming back, and a map that a lot of these Slayers are very comfortable on. And as we see 2 for the respawn screen for We Get Wiped, 3 as I add, we're going to see Plastic have a very strong start and secure these rockets early game.
Yeah, and this rockets
Oh,
are...
I'm sorry, We Get Wiped got the rockets.
Rockets are very important. It's better than the last map. We Get Wiped grabbing these rockets. And the Stalker. A lot of power in this man's hands. They're not able to find the kill quite yet. Not able to find any of them, as the rockets are out of ammo, and finds 1 kill, immediately gets traded.
The trades definitely frustrating early in this game when you're trying to just set yourself up to be comfortable in your positions. And right now, as A and C switch, we're seeing We Get Wiped have that A-B hold and try to take the lead in this game further.
Yeah, it's going to be important, right? This is a good bounce back for them, and so far it's going quite well, but fortunately, well, I should say fortunately, they're continuing to find these kills as it's Plastic trying to break into this B hill and not able to do it. We Get Wiped, cleaning it up. That was all 4 dead as Lynx just spawns up the fresh one.
Now we're seeing We Get Wiped still continuing to have this A-B hold, and now we're sniffing out the spawners that are going to be trying to push through our Bulldog area. And you know, the team shots coming into play here, the flanks, the pushes from all 3 teammates. We're going to see an almost team wipe come from We Get Wiped.
Yeah, and they're doing a great job at the moment. And something you like to see. It's a big bounce back. We were worried. We said it. A little worried about how the bounce back would look as a quick double kill comes in, but Hey, it's great. They have yet to give up a point, as I just said.
Adjacency here with the rockets in hand, and that one last rocket really needs to mean something, because we do not want this hill to fall back into the hands if we get wiped. We need to at least tie this game up and try to keep ourselves in this game.
And they are trying to keep themselves into this game, but we get wiped. Finding it, they've got themselves into A, and with those positions, it looks like they have a little bit of a pinch as a team kill comes in. Unfortunate. And that's actually a big kill. That prevents them from getting B. Player on B dying from a remote detonation. A great play to get him off of it. Should come through at one point, but no, another nade. Those nades doing work as they're able to walk in, get the kills, and clear B.
Clear B, and as B falls into the hands of Plastic, we're definitely going to see we get wiped. Try not to just lay down and let this hill switch hands. And one thing we're seeing from both teams is the constant switch around. We're seeing the rotation come through, where when one team takes A, we're going to try to take something else and switch it up, confuse our teammates a little bit. And as we see both teams have players see the respawn screen, B's not fully capped yet, but now it's reset and it falls back into the hands of Plastic as they go in for a triple cap.
They do, but they shouldn't be able to really keep it so far as Gravy falling back towards C, just getting back to the safety net of his team. But C actually not capped. Don't know if that player was taken down. It seems like that is what happened. And another one getting taken down. C finally does go their way, but B is still in the hands of Plastic as they have roared their way back into this one.
Now we're definitely going to see Mitsuri here. I have to give it to Mitsuri. They're very aggressive. They flow around the map almost by themselves, and they kind of live it up. They're definitely a little slippery. They slip and slide. They move around this map trying to stay alive, and it's coming into favor for We Get Wiped as they take back this AB control with the rockets coming in, landing a kill. Deceased is going to secure this A, and we're going to see them try to switch over and fight back for B.
Yeah, we're going to do that. And kills still being traded, though, but that's not what they need. They need to get these kills secured so they can walk their way right into B and finally get themselves a little bit of a setup. But see one player, not sure who it was, but making that flank and now flipping A again. Plastic just feels like they're one step ahead every single step of the way.
And that's one thing about strongholds. If you can predict where your enemy is going to either panic run or even try to push with their teammates, you tell your team you also counter push with your team. And one thing that Plastic is doing right now is just trying to be in the right spot at the right time.
And they certainly have been, right? They've roared their way back into a nice little lead here as they should be able to grab C as well. No, there is a player hiding. It's Mitsuri, the standout player, not just on this map, but throughout this entire series for We Get Wiped, finding the kill and keeping C. What a big play, and they're continuing. They're going to have to deal with this player over here as they're going to start moving over towards C as B's getting capped. A couple kills going through. Mitsuri finally getting taken down, but the nade finds the kill onto Rattle Cannon. They are just stuck in a pinch. The Shroud screen delaying what seems to be the inevitable as Sunburnt cleans it up, and they have a full trip cap as the Rockets now their way as well. And you gotta think, if this is put to good use, the trip cap can just continue to ride the wave.
Definitely trying to ride the wave, and with two full rockets in their back pocket, Adjacency missing the first one but getting cleaned up by the second one. Everybody hanging by their wrists from the walls, and Sunburn, I mean, makes it look easy as we capture this A back for their team, pushing to B, knowing that these enemy teammates are going to be pushing Arc Street.
Yeah, grabs a shotgun as well. Some of the power weapons going their way, and not something we saw earlier in a big 1v1 that Sunburnt does win. Just needs to play his life, but not able to do it. He has a little bit of support from his teammates as the nades go big, but Adjacency finding a big one with the shotgun. We've seen the power of it before, and right now we're seeing it again. As now We Get Wiped on the back foot. A beautiful stick coming in from Adjacency as that's now 2 dead. should be 3 and 4. A trip cap now for Plastic to really get their way into this, and such a back and forth game we have here.
And we're opening up a little bit of free time on the clock if we can keep those respawners at bay, but with everybody seeing the respawn screen, Plastic didn't really capitalize off of the team wipe we saw there.
And what's insane about this is We Get Wiped isn't really outslaying them by all that much. It's Plastic. Every opportunity that they've been given, they've done a pretty dang good job of it. But We Get Wiped, that slaying power is not to be underestimated. It's why they have the lead, and they need to continue to go along with that trend. As now A is being flipped. A couple of kills still need to go their way, as that is a big 1v1 win, and We Get Wiped back scoring.
You missed melees as the rockets come up. Who's gonna have these rockets in hand? Oh, Rattlecan denying the rockets from We Get Wiped, but I believe it's Lynx that picks up the rocket. That's correct. And as the last rocket comes into play, we do get the kill, and to see the respawn screen from We Get Wiped, as Plastic's just trying to turn this B back to their hands.
Yeah, but We Get Wiped. Gravy doing what he can to prevent it from happening, as now C is getting flipped, and you still have a player over towards the A side. Actually, one is spawned over there, so a little bit of a split going on, as now C is getting flipped, and A, what could have been a defense on both sides, could be a trip cap, but A seems like it will be delayed just a little bit, as Joe trying to avoid death, not able to do it as Sunburn, able to clean that one up.
Unfortunately, running into 2 enemy players, just getting pinched there in PD, but it's not really a big deal right now, as we have the BC hold and the nade shot coming through from adjacency, and we have the teamwork coming around our B pillars, our B rails here, which secures us this B, and we know this enemy is going to be coming from A, so we're going to be watching, but we're not watching our back close enough because it's 2 enemy players coming from PD. Were we just not checking our corners?
Clearly not. You'd think it's fundamentals, you know? You want to check the corners, not able to though, and We Get Wiped, they do flip B, but unfortunately they don't have A to work with. A couple of nice nades, nicely played, just absolute peaches, as they're able to get him off of the point, and Deceased finds the kill. A big melee, and AB restored for We Get Wiped, and their lead also restored.
Rattlecan, 18 kills on the board, but I wouldn't say he's definitely, you know, leading the team, but he has the assists here, which could beg to differ as to why, you know, Plastic has this, you know, this momentum all of a sudden, as we see them take the lead, and now we're seeing them try to answer back, but We Get Wiped, and with the rockets, We Get Wiped does take down 2, and We Get Wiped picked up this map and really turned it around and made it theirs.
Yeah, and these rockets are a big deal to have, as they only need 10 more points. They see where the push is coming from. They know that at least 2 players are pushing this, and a big one on B, a big fight right here. The player does go down, and We Get Wiped, get the much needed bounce back to continue
on the field. So, you know, watching these teams decide whether to play Overshield or Hill or the utility, you know, with all of our new updates is definitely interesting.
And We Get Wiped, a strong little start for them, as they have the position for Overshield, and maybe even the position for the Hill, but shots being whiffed. Gravy not able to find the kill in adjacency. Somehow still alive, but gets taken down. Surrey finding it, and I guess Overshield was just abandoned by them, but not actually grabbed, as We Get Wiped to retake it. Grab it, find the kills, and find some time on the point. That is disastrous for Plastic.
Probably had some utility in the back pocket and forgot to, you know, swap them out, and that's a mistake that can definitely cost you this first hill here. And We Get Wiped capitalizing on the utility and the Overshield 1, and a little bit of an oopsie out of Plastic is going to really hurt them here.
Yeah, and just only 2 kills, 3 kills actually so far, and for most of this point. That's a pretty dominant part right now. We get wiped, showing that they're here to play, as Gravy has been the one who's really been struggling for them so far, and off to a 6-1 start as Mitsuri is 5-0. 2 players have yet to be taken down. I mean, Sunburn, 4 assists, no kills. He doesn't even need to. He's putting down the damage as they, again, have control of the point and are continuing to get time. This is just flat out dominance.
Gravy here, I'm sorry, Deceased here, top tower, just trying to look and see where everyone is coming from. Mitsuri spots out 2 people pushing through pillars to Nest, and you know the comms are going to come out here. Nest, Bridge, and I believe we're going to see our Overshield coming up very, very soon. Round 2 of Overshield is something we definitely don't want to lose again, but it's oh my gosh, it's, you know, an overkill coming from Deceased, which almost says, you know, the Overshield is mine, but the respawners coming in are going to deny that from him, and it's Joe M. Shire with the Overshield that gets melted instantly.
Oh, we get wiped. They're playing. They are balling out right now. Absolutely balling out. The plays that are being made, I mean, at that point, it's just, what can you even do about it? They are just playing incredible Halo right now as Missouri flies out, finds 1 kill, finds a double as they find their way with an early break, just storming across the map and just finding every kill available. They are just firing on all cylinders right now.
Mitsuri is 10-1. Can we just appreciate that right now as Gravy with a heat wave takes an enemy player down, but it's the answer from his teammate there. But Deceased is still in Hill, being that objective player for his team here. And, you know, Link's trying to say, hey, get out of my hill. I just want a little bit of time. But it's Deceased who has a little bit of that answer, as they do, I believe, get a trade out of the situation. But as the sniper comes up, it's adjacency looking it over as his teammate picks it up. Knowing where these respawners are coming from, the sniper's going to come into play here. And with this hill, you have the advantage. You have the high ground. So these enemy teammates definitely need to rethink their moves.
Yeah, and a couple players having really tough times. Joe having 10 deaths, and Rattlecam just finding his first kill recently, and 1-7 now, and it's tough. They're just getting out slayed like crazies. That is a quick 3 hills with the sniper control, the hill control at the moment. A beautiful shot with the sniper, and it's at this point just ego chows coming in. It's Surrey finding a quick double, not able to find the third, but assisting, doing just enough, hitting another no scope, finding another kill. Mitsuri now, the one stepping up, 10-2 to match with Gravy, who is 10-4. What work being done by We Get Wiped on the slaying department.
Absolutely, and I know I say it a lot, but live fire being thrown into the middle of a series or even as the 4th game mode, it's definitely something that switches it up. And as We Get Wiped takes this game for them,
and I think that'll be really the stepping stone that they could do. So we'll see if they can continue with their momentum as We Get Wiped. Looking to see what they can do.
the spawn traps definitely are harder here, and a triple coming out of Lynx here as he's kind of left by himself. And, you know, you don't get those spawn traps, but if you get a bad spawn, you have no sight lines on this map. So, I mean, I don't know what's worse, is being able to break out of a spawn trap or have to, you know, gather yourself and try to position yourself to get out of such a blender. And Recharge is such a blender itself.
It is. It definitely can be. It's a camo play and not able to go through for Lynx as he is now taken down. Mitsuri finding another one, just picking off where he left off. Just doing such a good job. 2-1. Been the breakout player as Sunburnt finds one, and the shock rifle is in the hands of Plastic, but it's got to be put to good use. Is not really able to find too many kills with it quite yet as they're trying to take a beautiful shot. Joe, how on earth have you landed that?
The mouse and keyboard, I swear he's on.
Oh!
No, I don't know. I swear that flick was so fast, and they've got to be mad about that shock rifle and how quick they took him out, and that mid-bridge definitely guaranteed that shock rifle out of play. And Adjacency here getting himself a kill, finding 2 more in gold pipes, but he does get the pinch on him as he gets taken down, and it's Plastic 11-9 taking this recharge game by the legs.
Yeah, the main thing is, though, with shots like that, it's only a 2-kill lead, and we've seen both teams really get after it and make some really good plays. And this is such an exciting map 5. The 2 teams, they're giving it everything they have. It's all coming out. They're both seemingly at their best right now. The shots are just hitting. And as this game continues to go, I am sure we're going to see many more plays like that.
And the disruptor coming and definitely putting out the damage here, but you know, the damage and I believe the interlinking damage being buffed, the disruptor's not as, I mean, such a deadly situation as it used to be. You have to be a little bit more up close and personal with it and really land those shots. And it's a back smack here from Mitsuri, which is going to bring this game to a 1-point difference. And as he gets the sights on Rattlecan with that shock, he almost takes out the player grabbing that shock rifle, but Rattlecan with the grapple gets away, but it's me who curses him. But it's Adjacency who picks up the shock rifle right behind him.
And the shock rifle coming through, not able to hit the shot. It's Gravy putting in so much damage. 3 kills, 6 assists. Really been kind of, I guess, more of that support player for the most part, and in putting in the damage, setting up. And players like Sunburnt, like Mitsuri, even Deceased has really gotten into it. And you got to have a player like that on the team who's kind of selfless and able to really set up the star players on the team. Every star player needs its role player, and he's been doing just that for them. As the shock rifle not able to connect on the head, but it does do a lot of damage. It backs those players back a little bit.
Well, Joe, I'll be the star player if you'll be my role player. And Gravy here picking up that shock rifle, trying to put out the damage, watching over all of these sidelines, making sure that the enemy team doesn't really have an easy line to get camo, and it's the kills coming through. A remote detonation on Lynx, and you hate to see it, a double kill from Gravy. The shock rifle really, I mean, getting picked up from these teams tonight. And as camo falls into the hands of We Get Wiped, the 27 points, the 2-point lead we have on this board, I'm definitely going to see that grow.
And the shock rifle, no more ammo as Gravy finding a kill. Shots just going through. He's hitting everything. They're all hitting everything. And now a 4-kill lead, and still have control of this piped side of the map. As basically, at this point, they are just patiently waiting for the shock rifle to come right back up. They're doing such a good job at playing off of that shock rifle, and at this point, just waiting for it to come back up as they have a little bit of a pinch on the long haul side to see Sunburnt finding 1 kill each. The pinch now coming through the third. It's a killing spree for Gravy as they found the last player just in the back of C, running for his life as Joe taken down. The kill has found, and We Get Wiped starting to pull away here.
Starting to pull away, and I love the momentum coming out of this team when, you know, the underdogs are down and a lot of the teams start to feel like they're out. You don't see the team really play together, but We Get Wiped isn't finished, and definitely having some boosted morale. The spirits have been lifted from the last 2 games, so we're going to see these players, the duos, coming into gold pipes, slaying out that team and forcing them to spawn right across this map.
14-kill lead, only needing 9 left. They've been not flawless, but at this point, gotta be said, things are just going their way as Gravy finding 2, and now on a killing frenzy. I feel like I almost spoke it into existence, calling him a role player, as he is just going for it. Goes for the harpoon, but not able to style on him. Joe finding the kill, but still not too much left for them. But I will say, finding a couple kills, they got camo, not able to walk away with it, and actually, they weren't able to chip away at that lead at all here.
Joe to Joe, making them happy, and the shock rifle with 3 little shots left in it. You do find a double kill out of adjacency with a shock rifle out of ammo. Sticky's in their back pocket. We're trying to go in for a stick here from Gravy. We do end up landing it on Lynx, and 2 see the respawn screen from Plastic. 3 see the respawn screen from Plastic, and we're seeing 2 kills. 1 kill needed from We Get Wiped. Who's it going to be?
Who's it going to be? Indeed, it's only going to be a matter of time. They'd have to pull off something incredible, which will not happen. Deceased closing out the map, and We Get